It's me. Oh, hold on. Can you see me? Okay. So I got a call from my doctor today, well, the breast surgeon today, who is going to be doing... Have I shown you the bracelet that Wade got me? It's a company called Skull Performance Racing. Skull Performance Racing made it. It's made out of bicycle chains. It's pink and black with little spacers. Might be Swarovski, I don't know. It looks like ones that I've used myself. You can't really see! Anyway, can't see it. Anyway, it's really nice, and I've said anyway twice in a row there. It's a breast cancer awareness bracelet, and it's very nice. He bought one for me and one for Holly without even telling us, and it was a surprise, and he got it for us a few weeks ago. So, where was I? Dr. Blanchard phoned, and she left me a message yesterday, and I didn't see it pop up on my phone because I don't have it on vibrate or anything anymore because I don't like calls anymore, surprisingly enough. And she yesterday said it was good news, so I thought, okay. And she said she'd try and call back. She never did. So this morning at 9, again, my phone didn't even do anything. And she, so I phoned her right back when I saw that it was a missed call. So it was from her, so I phoned her right back. And she said, I've got good news. And I said, okay. The good news is that the tumour, she never said it, called it a tumour before, but anyway, the tumour behind the healthy bit of tissue, behind the calcifications, which are the carcinoma, that is benign. Yay! It's not the first time I've had a lump in my breast. I've had them removed from both because I've got, I've had a history of fibroadenomas from the age of 18, 19. Had my first lump removed at 21, which was a fibroadenoma. Had the second one removed at 33. Anyway, this is why, lumps to me were never all that scary after the first couple. Yes, so I've had biopsies before that were benign, which was why this took me so... I mean, had I found a lump, I probably wouldn't have been scared. Luckily, it hadn't got to that point yet. But anyway, she phones up and she says, it's a benign tumour, that's great news. So she said, I understand you've had genetic testing. And I said, yes, and I was told that it takes 3 to 4 weeks. And she said, actually, Alison put a check the box, which is for pending surgery, results pending surgery. So it should be back in 2 weeks. So that means it should be back by next week. Christmas week. Yay, Christmas present. She says the likelihood is that it's probably going to come back negative, which means we can go ahead and do the lumpectomy and then radiation. And I'm thinking, okay, wait. I'd like to actually speak to a doctor before I make up my mind, because ultimately it's my decision. It's my choice. What option I want to take here, because this is my body and this is my life, and I've been looking, and I know I haven't spent as much time as I did in the first couple of weeks, which was depressing as all get out. It was horrible. But I've been looking at the stats, and although it's not a big difference, there is a slight difference in the statistics. I don't know if it's worth going to the extreme measures of having a bilateral mastectomy when I don't need to have both my breasts removed. But I'm thinking, I need to talk to someone, a doctor, an oncologist, a cancer breast surgeon. I missed the meeting of the local support group because they meet the first Wednesday of the month, because I had an appointment with Dr. Felady last week. I mean, I'm in touch with the woman who runs the meeting, so I'm probably going to contact her again. I mean, we've been keeping in touch. I've been in touch with a lot of women who've reached out and given me advice and their stories. And I'm still like on the fence. And I don't want somebody else, a doctor. I know she's a doctor and I know she's had a lot of experience in this, and she's an older woman who's treated a lot of women, probably across the board age-wise. She knows recurrences and whatever thing. And I know it doesn't just necessarily have to recur in the breast. But I need to talk to someone. I can't do this by myself doing my own research. I need to talk to someone, a doctor, an oncologist. I need to talk to someone. I can't make such a huge decision based on stuff I've read and researched myself. I've got to say that I'm itching. If you can see, this is where I had the second biopsy, and I've got a little mark of where I had the first one. This they had to do further back, so I was sitting and it was really painful. I mean, my neck muscles were pulled really taut because so much of the tissue had to be pulled into the machine. And underneath with my repair, the muscle repair underneath was pulled into the machine. It was that was painful. It wasn't the breast being squished into the mammogram part of the machine that was painful. It was all the bits like the neck muscles and the abdominal muscles being dragged by the pulling that was painful. And then afterwards I was very itchy, and it's the flipping sticky stuff that they put, because they put a little gauze over it after they put steri strips on, and then they put gauze. Hold on, I had it done on Friday. She said I could take the steri strips off in 5 days. So I guess it's 5 days. Ew! Ugh! I need something! Band-Aid. I need a little Band-Aid. I might have some little Band-Aid somewhere. But I don't know where. Oh, yeah, I've got half a Band-Aid right here. I'm going to put that on for right now, before anything touches it. It's the one I've been cutting up for my... you can tell that this is really rehearsed. It's the one I've been using for my nail. Anyway, that's... I don't know if you can see. But that's what it looks like. It's kind of looking disgusting. I'll put some stuff on it in a minute. I don't want to leave it open like that. Anyway, ew. The tape was what was itching. Now I'm going to start itching because of the tape on this. I'm going to put a little teeny tiny bit of disinfectant, and then I'm going to put a little small round Band-Aid. I might actually just put some strips across, because I have some steri strips myself. Seal steri strips myself. So yeah, the machine that they got, the one that wasn't working, worked fine. It's a new machine that just got it the week that I had the first biopsy. Otherwise, I probably would have just had to have all that chunk removed. But this one was really right up against my chest wall. And it was apparently a tumor. So that was the good news. Not decided what to do as far as surgery goes. I mean, it's very tempting to go ahead and get a lumpectomy and have to go through radiation. She said sentinel node removal, because they always take out the sentinel node. They also put radiation in your breast, and then they use a Geiger counter to see if it goes into your nodes, the cancer goes into your nodes, and that's when they decide, after taking the sentinel node, which they actually, they do a, I don't know, pathology on it while you're in surgery. If that's cancerous, then they take out other nodes as well. But she said that it looked like there was none in the nodes so far from the tests, and the MRI and all that kind of stuff, because they put dye in when they're doing the MRI. So what was I saying? I mean, it's tempting to do that, but then if it comes back in that side, then I would have to have a mastectomy, apparently, the second time. And then I'll have a scar across the top, because this is high. And then they do one across the center, and they take off everything. like the skin, the flesh underneath. They take off your nipple because that's the end of the duct, and since this is ductal, the end of the duct is the nipple, so they take that off. Also for reduction, which is why I originally went for the mammogram, the reduction, they can't get good results if you go in for a reduction after radiation, because the tissue that's been radiated doesn't stretch and pull and blah blah, I don't know. But that's the least of my concerns right now. My concern is to take this out and, you know, risks and shit like that. Oops, stuff like that. Yes, so. On top of that, I've had a sore throat for 2 weeks. I'm croaky and my voice has gone all weird. I'm coughing because I think it's like I've had laryngitis before. When you breathe and it aggravates the larynx. So it keeps waking me up. So on top of having not slept well for the first couple of weeks, then I'm not sleeping well because I've got this sore throat, burning sensation in my nose, headache, so it's like a head cold type thing. Yeah, so that's been great on top of that. And Billy's coming down with it, and Wade had it, and it's like, ugh. So that's about it. That's the news. So next week, apparently, I should have the results from the genetic testing. She doesn't think it's going to come back positive, the breast surgeon. But we don't know any history on my dad's side, so who knows. And I guess I have to talk to somebody, doctor, somebody who's knowledgeable, and I have to come up with a decision that's mine, my decision, not Dr. Blanchard's decision, not some other doctor's decision. It's my decision. You know, as much as Wade says that he supports me and he will back me on whatever decision I make, and I've talked to other people, and, you know, it's ultimately my decision. I want to see my children grow up. I want to see them have children. I want to see, you know, how their lives evolve. And I want to do whatever's going to give me the best opportunity to do that. So I don't know. I spoke to a lady the other day, very nice woman, who had a bilateral mastectomy, who had a recurrence on that breast in the incision line. And I guess it's easier to keep an eye on it if it's right there in the incision line. You know, there's no guarantees either way. But I had thought originally that would be the safer bet, you know. But apparently it's not. So that kind of swayed me off having the mastectomy. But I'm still on the fence. I don't know. I really don't know. I need to talk to someone who can give me some advice. Anyway, I think I'll stop around here. Other than that, Christmas stuff is going well. We're putting up decorations. I haven't lost any more weight, thank goodness. I've been eating oatmeal for lunch. I'm still drinking my hot chocolates. I'm thinking maybe I should cut down on sugar, so I've been cutting down on the amount of Nesquik I put on in the hot chocolate. I still drink fat-free milk. I'm thinking maybe I should cut out dairy. I'm not sure what to do. I mean, I'm looking at different diets. I added turmeric with curcumin a couple of weeks ago, and something called serapeptase, because it's good for reduction of swelling and stuff. And my shoulder, I mean, I did some vacuuming the other day and cleaning, and it did aggravate the muscles in my back a little bit, because I've been lifting weights, but with very, very low weights now. Surprisingly, my shoulders actually, it had been bad for so long, excuse me, been bad for so long, I didn't know what to do, so I had looked into supplements, because I am the supplement queen, and this stuff, after like 3 weeks of taking it, seems to have really, really, really helped my shoulders so much. I can move it. I can actually vacuum. I can do stuff. I mean, I've been doing push-ups. 120 push-ups. I mean, they might be girly push-ups, not on my feet, but on my knees. But they're still push-ups, which is better than I was doing for a while. I'll show you my vitamins. I'll be right back. Did you see my butt? This is my bag of vitamins. This is 16 days worth of vitamins. That's what I take every day. This many. And this one I take first thing in the morning because you're supposed to take it on an empty stomach. This is the serapeptase. And this is supposed to be, oh, this one actually I'm taking for the floaters in my eyes. But yeah, that's how many vitamins I take, supplements every day. And I do it like this because I started doing this in these baggies when I went in for my tummy tuck, because I thought I didn't think anybody was going to go downstairs and get them for me for the first few days when I couldn't really move as much. And so I gave myself these little baggies. And then I've been doing it ever since because that's one way I guarantee that I'm going to take them every day. So I shove them on my bed, take them last thing at night. Well, after dinner, actually. And so I don't forget. And I haven't forgotten. It's great! Yay! So anyway, my shoulder's doing better. Good news about the second biopsy. And now I have to decide. So if anybody has any advice, anybody wants to, you know, give me some tips, anybody wants to, oh God, I'm freaking itching like crazy now. You know, if I have the mastectomy, it's going to be itchy as hell, isn't it? Well, either way, it's going to be itchy on one side or both. So, please continue sending me positive, good health vibes because I really need them. I want my sore throat and headache and earache and shit like that. And I've been grinding my teeth, so my jaw's been freaking hurting. Send me good healing vibes. I'll send them back to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And I know this is Wednesday, not Thursday, but blah, blah. See you. Thanks. Bye.